Back in 1998, being a basketball fan meant more than just catching a game. It felt like you were right there as a new chapter started. Kobe Bryant was suddenly everywhere, this insanely talented kid grabbing the spotlight. And over in the world of video games, Nintendo had a problem. The N64 needed something big, something to finally show it could do sports games right, maybe even better than the PlayStation. That's where Kobe Bryant's NBA Courtside comes in. Honestly, the N64's early sports lineup was rough. Some titles were downright embarrassing. But Courtside, that one hit different. It was fast, the physics felt real, and for once, Kobe actually looked like Kobe, not some strange pixel. People started to see the N64 could deliver a legit basketball experience. So what made NBA Courtside the gold standard for hoops on the Nintendo's console? Let's examine this game from 1998 in more detail. Let's get straight to it, the graphics. Back in 1998, this game turned heads. Left Field Productions pulled off something wild for the time. The players looked smooth, not stiff and pixelated like what you'd see on other consoles. They went with this medium resolution mode, and honestly, it worked. The players actually looked like real people. You could spot muscle definition, and you could tell Shaq apart just by how massive he was. And Kobe, you could pick him out from his fadeaway alone. If you look at it now, in 2026, it's a different story. They kind of look like wooden puppets with faces painted on. But back then, this was as close as we got to photorealism. The jerseys swayed when the players moved, and the court shimmered with reflections. It was the sort of thing you fired up just to prove to your friends why you stuck with a cartridge system instead of jumping over the CDs. What really set Courtside apart was the way it felt. Back then, most basketball games picked a side. You either got wild, over-the-top action like NBA Hang Time, or you ended up with NBA Live, which felt more like a slow, stiff simulation. Courtside landed right in the sweet spot. It made you think like a real player. You had to watch your stamina and actually play defense, but the action still popped. The crossover moves? Legendary. Time it just right and you'd send your defender sliding, leaving you wide open for a clean jumper. And honestly, the game nailed the weight of the players better than anything at the time. Try to take a small guard into the paint against a big center, and you'd just get shut down. It forced you to actually understand basketball, not just hammer the turbo button and hope for the best. Obviously, his name's on the box, but this was way more than your usual celebrity slap-on. Kobe actually suited up for motion capture sessions, and back then, that was a big deal. The game didn't just stick his face on some generic player. The dunks, the footwork, all those signature moves were straight out of Kobe's real playbook. And here's the wildest part. There was a special Kobe Bryant team, and every single player was just Kobe himself. 12 Kobes on one roster. It was totally busted and unfair as hell. But if you think about it, that's probably the most Mamba mentality thing any game has ever done. So how does NBA Courtside stack up? Honestly, it's still one of the most fun sports games you can play on the N64. It moves fast, the controls feel tight, and there's just something special about the way it captures that late 90s NBA vibe. Pure nostalgia, and the 9 out of 10 for that. As for gameplay by today's standards, maybe a 6, but still solid. Back then, it proved the N64 could actually pull off a good-looking sports game. And even now, it feels like a real love letter to one of basketball's all-time greats. But I'm curious, was this your basketball game of choice? Or did you stick with NBA Jam? And seriously, does that N64 controller still leave your hands sore after a full game? Drop a comment and let us know. We love reading what you have to say. If you enjoyed this, tapping that like button really helps. And hey, stick around and subscribe for more because we've got new videos coming out every day. Thanks for watching.
Dikembe Mutombo, 2 points. Grant Hill with the assist.